Welcome back to the Sporting Eyes YouTube channel and my round 1 review for AFL Fantasy. Scored 2,061, overall rank of 10,614. Not a bad first round, but there's things to improve. If you're more interested in AFL Supercoach or you just want to watch it as well, that'll be coming out in a few hours time, my round 1 review for that team. So I'll go through each of the players, talk about the week a bit, and then finish off with the current trade plan. So Nick Daicos as vice captain, outstanding. Found plenty of the ball, was Collingwood's best player. I'll probably vice captain him again. He just looks so safe at the moment. Sheezel out of defence was outstanding, 120, plenty of the ball. Kind of what we expected, I think. Sheezel's a gun and they're going to give the ball to him a lot, as they did on the weekend. Tom Stewart, now if I was smart, I probably should have started with Whitfield. I think Whitfield's role is slightly better, but can't complain too much. An 85 is solid enough for this stage. Hayden Young had a funny game, a lot of turnovers, but in the fantasy format, doesn't really matter too much. I thought he was pretty good in the midfield, won a lot of the ball, so he gets a tick. Williams, 74, he was okay. I'll take that for now. Blake Howes, slow start, but pretty good third quarter and second half overall, and getting a 66 in defence. He looks like he's going to be pretty good to field for quite a while. And then the bench, the options for these rookies are pretty slim. So Toby Pink, 32, and Zach Reid got injured. So I got lucky. I didn't have Gibkiss as well. But again, all the guys on the bench are not looking great. The midfield, Tom Green, outstanding, 145. He's going to be one of the highest scorers, no doubt. Luke Davis-Uniacke and Tuke Miller set up to have kind of good 110 to 120 scores, but just had bad last quarters each. LDU just didn't get much of the ball, and then Tuke gave away a couple free kicks at the end, but their roles were okay, and they both look pretty good. It is only one round. Nick Martin turned it over a bit, but the role was pretty solid, so I'll give him another chance. Ollie Wines was a bit concerning, low time on ground, played a bit forward, handballed a lot, so he's definitely on watch, and he's probably one that might be traded out this week. McKercher was outstanding out of defence, plenty of the ball. Sanders subbed off but scored a 68, and he should play again next week, and I think he'll be pretty good. Matt Roberts, very solid for Sydney. Jeremy Sharp was great on the wing at Optus, and I think his home games out on that wing with that big stadium are going to suit his play. So I think he's an option to start at most Freo home games. So I'll look at that in the fixturing in the future rounds. Jai Clark is a concern. Didn't look great, low time on ground, so he is probably in trouble as well this week. Gawn and Grundy. I didn't captain Gawn, it's just saying 274 because if I set it up, this is how the team was for the week. He was fantastic, Gawn. Dominated the first half and beat Tim English and Rory Lobb. And Grundy was pretty poor after a big first week, but he did get double teamed. So who does he have? See, he has Essendon next week, so up against Goldstein. We'll see how he goes, but he is kind of on watch. Anyway, it was very interesting because against big physical ruckmen, he can struggle, especially when there's two of them, and Goldstein might cause him some problems, so we'll see. Luke Jackson was pretty good, couple goals. Pretty happy that he did his job. If he can get that 90 plus 100 each week, it's fine. Zach Fisher, 68, had a 30-point first quarter and just kind of went through the motions, but I'm not too concerned. The role is still pretty good. Fife, if he can get 86 every week, I'll take it. Looked good. Again, a bit of a quiet last quarter, but if you had said he'd get 86 before the game, I absolutely would have taken it. James Jordan, very solid again, 78. Worked his way through the game. He's very consistent, and he seems to get better as the game goes on. Sexton, 67, did his thing, was okay, and then these four were all pretty solid. Lazaro had a good first half, faded a bit. Got kicked out the midfield in the second half, which is a little concerning. Reed started well, finished a bit slow, and then Wilson couple goals and Winsor got subbed out, but played pretty well in his role out in the wing. So overall, the probably players missing, if we have a look at just the scores for everyone. Sarong obviously was outstanding, but Heaney is the one that I'm concerned about. I can't get him in really at this stage, so I'm probably just going to have to ride it and hope that maybe he can fall off. And Matt Crouch, probably should have started him instead of Ollie Wines at this stage. But kind of my plan is to give everyone another week run if we go back to projected, just to set it up for this next week. So the plan at this stage is Jai Clark is going to go because I don't want a player to not make any money on that midfield bench. And then looking at these options, Stewart, Williams, but I think the one is Ollie Wines in this format. His role concerned me, so he's also going to go. And the plan is this kind of surprise rookie of the week was a forward. It was Dempsey from Geelong. 92 was surprising, kind of played a bit on the wing as well. So he'll come in. That's going to cost me about 60,000. So we're going to have to downgrade Ollie Wines at this stage. And there's a couple options. If we go, Holmes is one who looked great. He's 702. Big start, had 40 points in the first quarter. Again, had a quiet last quarter. Or the other one is Bonner. Now, I'm not going to decide right now, obviously, but I'm leaning towards Bonner right now. Took a bunch of kick-ins, played on. And I know that Jack Sinclair is going to come back in, but he's going to probably be a bit underdone. And they can always put him in the midfield. And Bonner seems to be kind of really establishing himself. He's a big kick, very accurate kick. So right now he's going to come in and it's going to leave me with about 202,000 on the bench. So when we make those trades, this is kind of the lineup. So we have 202,000. We'll see what we can do with Reed and things like that, but pretty happy with the first week. I haven't decided on vice captain or captain at this stage, but I think a bit of advice or the strategy that I'm following is just getting all the rookies on the bench right, earning a lot of money, getting the guys with low break evens in is very important. And the other factor is because it's best 18 now, 4 scores get cut off. So it feels like for me I don't have to chase a Heaney or Flanders at this stage, who are the ones missing from this kind of forward line. So I'm pretty happy at this stage. Hope you guys all did well. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll be back very soon with next week's AFL Fantasy Review.